Happy Thursday, Facebook friends. Welcome back to Facebook. I'm Angie Garza, Director of Professional Learning and Educational Services at ROE 47, serving Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside counties. And if you're joining us back here this fine spring Thursday in the month of May as we close out your school year, you'll know that it's time for another edition of Teacher Talk. And as we rush to the end of May, we are going to slow down for just a moment and we are going to celebrate. As many of you, as our Facebook viewers and community know, that we have a number of celebrations as we close out our 2023-24 school year. And one of those celebrations that we've been highlighting over the last several Teacher Talks is our Pathway Endorsement earners. And so earlier last month, a few weeks ago, we talked with Madison Cumberland, who is a Pathway Endorsement earner and a current sophomore at Illinois State University, catching up with her as she reflected on her first 2 years of college and working toward an education degree. We also last week spoke with Emma Skinner, Rockville's high school senior endorsement earner and Golden Apple Scholar, as she shared with us a little bit about her experience in the Pathway program and her future-focused endeavors with school and being a Golden Apple Scholar. And today is no different. Today we welcome to Teacher Talk Elizabeth Clarida from Amboy High School. And Liz is actually going to take some time out of her busy schedule this morning to talk and share with us about her experiences with the Pathway Endorsement Program in education and all of her dreams and aspirations with regards to becoming a future educator. Now, it should be noted that Liz is a Pathway Endorsement earner and she is also a Golden Apple Scholar. So we are so proud of her and we are celebrating today. So as we kick off our Teacher Talk, Elizabeth, good morning. Welcome to Teacher Talk. Congratulations. You are an endorsement earner. You are a Golden Apple Scholar. You are a senior looking at your future that is spread out in front of you. So as we kind of kick off our conversations, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to our Facebook community and sharing a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Clarida. Throughout high school, I played volleyball for all 4 years. I was a member of the Student Council, National Honor Society, and I also participated in Leo's Club and the Pathways Education Program.
That's a lot. I know how busy you are, not only by the things that you just shared that you were involved in, but also I know that Pathway Endorsement Program at Amboy High School is extensive. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and it is not for anyone who's shy about going into the field of education. So I'm curious, as you are thinking about preparing for your future, what drew you to the Pathway program? Why did you want to become involved with that work at Amboy High School? And also, can you share with our viewers a little bit about that experience and all of the things that you had to do in order to earn that education pathway endorsement?
So I became involved in the Pathways program 2 years ago while I was also attending Whiteside Area Career Center and taking the early childhood education class. My involvement included working with other students and Mrs. Stacy Dingetz to put together a 4-week-long science club. And while doing this, I also still currently spend 3 days a week in a special education classroom. And it was ultimately what led me to getting my Pathways endorsement.
Elizabeth, we're going to deviate from the script here for just a moment. Can you mention the Science Club team-based challenge? So I'm intrigued. That sounds like it was a pretty big lift. What did that look like, and what did that entail, and how did the students enjoy that?
So we, as a group, it was myself and 2 other students, along with Mrs. Katie Pratt. We invited 3rd and 4th grade students at Amboy Central School to come for the 4-week-long science club. Each of us took a date and focused on a different topic of energy. My date happened to be on Halloween, so we focused on energy that comes from our body. So we talked about different foods and candies, and we did silly exercises. And another one of the days, They built little boats and see how far the fan would blow them. So it was a lot of fun, and the kids really enjoyed it.
Um, we mentioned earlier that you, and even before we push the record button, that you just found out that you are a Golden Apple Scholar. So, would you relive that moment for me? You know, when you found out, what did that feel like? What does that mean to you? And I think probably most importantly, what does that mean for you moving forward with your education to become an educator?
I was actually at the central school in the special education classroom when I got an email that said, check your Golden Apple application. There's been an update. And so I opened that and my heart instantly started pounding. I walked away to call my parents. We were just so excited. As a first generation college student, the actual money part means the world to me, but it also means a lot for all the work that I put in throughout high school. It just signified how important it really is. And it's just such an honor for me.
Can you tell our viewers just a little bit about what you know about the program and how it can help you moving forward? You know, you mentioned that financial component, but I think does Golden Apple have some other supports and some things that they offer to you as a Golden Apple scholar?
Yes, I do know that Golden Apple, not only with the financial support, but it also, there's monthly meetings at the college. And I know that even once you become a teacher, you get assigned a mentor as you start your teaching journey. So there's a lot of support that comes with the program as well.
It's not just a one-time thing. It is years of support, which is so important moving forward, not only with your own education, but looking to become a teacher. You mentioned the mentorship opportunities. That's huge to have that support and those networks around you to help you be successful. So in that spirit, and I think I've heard you mention the special education classroom a few times. So tell us about your future. What does, you know, we're only a few weeks before the end of the school year, and then a whole new chapter is open to you and laid before your feet. So, what does your future look like moving forward into your post-secondary life? And where do you hope to be in the next 5 years or so with regards to becoming an educator?
So in the fall, I'll be attending the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. My major is currently special education, which directly comes from spending time in a classroom. In 5 years, I hope to be working in a school of need, most likely in a life skills setting with elementary students, but that's my plan as of now.
It takes a special person to become a teacher and an even more special person to want to go into the field of special education. So good for you. That is tremendously exciting, and we can't wait to see what you do. Um, you know, in thinking about taking those next steps into your future, are there certain things I know you don't know exactly what this is going to look like, but are there certain things that you're excited for, you know, as you kind of transition into your program at U of I? And are there some things you're maybe a little nervous about?
I'm nervous and excited at the same time to leave my super small town of Amboy and go to a very big town. I've been really excited to meet new friends and learn even more about special education and becoming a teacher in general. So I would say mostly feelings of excitement for sure.
The last question, I promise, but it's probably the most important one that I can ask, and it's two prong. One is, what did you learn from your pathway experience? You know, if you hadn't had that, if you hadn't been in that pathway program, what would you have been missing? So, what was some of the standout, maybe a standout moment from your pathway experience that really solidified that you knew you were going to be an educator or wanted to be an educator? And I guess my second piece of that question is, would you ever think about coming back to this area? We hope so. We hope so.
So, when I was planning out what I was going to do for the group project, the team based challenge, my lesson plan actually was not long enough. So, at the last minute, I kind of had to improvise and think of something else the kids could do. And I was honestly really proud of myself about how I turned that around. And it just kind of solidified like, oh wow, like I can do this. I didn't freak out. I stayed calm. And yes, I would definitely want to come back to this area specifically to teach because I do like the small town aspect, although I am excited to go to college.
Wise beyond your years. And I see the excitement that's in your eyes for the future. It's okay to be a little bit nervous. That's natural, but excited for sure. And as far as feelings go, we are so proud of you. So please know that as you go off into your future, there's always a place right back here in Lee Ogle Whiteside waiting for you. You are so articulate and well spoken and so poised that any one of our administrators right now would probably hire you. And we know that you're only going to continue to grow and flourish. And so super excited for all of your upcoming experiences and your journey to becoming an educator. And again, just so proud of all the hard work that you've put into earning the endorsement and becoming a Golden Apple Scholar. Thank you so much for taking time with us here today on Teacher Talk to share your story and your aspirations with our entire Lee Ogle Whiteside County community. Friends, that wraps up our Thursday edition of Teacher Talk as we celebrate our students closing out the 2023-24 school year. We've been spending the last few moments talking with Elizabeth Clarida, Amboy High School senior, Pathway endorsement earner, and Golden Apple Scholar, U of I bound for the 2024-25 school year, following her heart and her dreams of becoming a special education teacher and hopefully coming right back here to our very own Lee Ogle Whiteside County service area. As we close up our Teacher Talk here today, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you have a beautiful rest of your Thursday, and even better Friday. A lovely spring-filled, sunshine-filled weekend, and we will see you right back here next Thursday for another edition of Teacher Talk.